Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sinking City. Picking up where we left off, we have started the second case, and we're currently in what I can only assume is our hotel room. And let's see what we have to find here. All that we see or seen is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
Oh, hang on. It's not. I have no audio right now. Hang on. You guys should be fine, but I had no audio. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. The knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Okay. That must be a side quest. I'm surprised that it's just like in my room, but I guess why not?
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
A diary part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops, only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. Found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half-mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real. But my memories are true. My strange powers, gained after that ordeal, prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. I have a feeling that Lovecraft really disliked like snakes and worms and shit. Just based on the fact that like his ancient evils are all like slimy, long tendrils, stuff like that. Laudanum.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Well, I do believe that that's not supposed to be a permanent phase. Mr. Reed, you are the rare example of a man who treated one of my kind humanly, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run, save your life, and leave this Drosh, I think that's how you pronounce that, city to the depths. Don't dig into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There's nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. And there's a letter on my door. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johan. Alright. Alright. It is fairly early in the morning for me. Okay. So now the note said that it was in the room across from mine. There's technically 2 rooms across from mine.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
But why would it have that? Like, this is a hotel. Why would it have... Oh, wow, look at this fucking closet. That I just robbed whoever left their luggage in here. Okay, well, obviously it's not that door. Local women were talking about a ruined house in Central Coverside near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghosts of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queerest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends, and if it is abandoned after the flood, even better, ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent on Forefather Street between Helog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Okay. Well, there should be 7 of these notes, right? I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow King's gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome, that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in Eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? Okay. I had a dream so real it still makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in western Old Grove near Century Avenue and Beacon Street, but where could the book be? I'm assuming somewhere over there. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes, but the book was still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in central Salvation Harbor on the Old Church Road, between Seven Oak Street and Windhelm Street. Still has a bad fame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. It took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tomb may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights where the surgeon worked has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road, between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. Alright. How do I get to my... Close. Oh, I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that is all of them then. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave your landlord.
The door won't budge.
That door or that door. Else on this floor? No. Well, since we're obviously going to be going out to the street, we may as well check the upper floor first. Nope. Nope. Oh my, this looks like a nice room. Almost. Well, I mean nice comparatively to some of the other, well, especially to like the closet that was downstairs. So the lighthouse is out, several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing, but now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence, need to look into it. Now, if only the city wasn't so impossible to navigate. Okay, so somebody got the lighthouse shut down so that ships would crash, and then, yeah. I mean, that tracks. I mean, like, it makes sense. Well, now. Ain't that a picture? Oh, whoops. How did I... Oh, flashlight. Ouch. No, no idea. Can't use. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. It's down on the D-pad. Anyway, it doesn't look like it needs anything. Odds are we'll be coming back to that room since it had absolutely nothing in it. So that might be part of an investigation later. But let's head down.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Oh my lord. Alright, well, let's get started on this. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitz'O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. It came. The feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman, locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying until some Innsmelter kicked me and ordered me away. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to the eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in the reflections, but I've never caught a straight view of this stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. Seems it is time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. I was walking the Lumbert Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. It's not just a vision, but a noise. Hissing radio static growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Helog Street. The hissing flooded my mind, and I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. He was dying, I felt it, and when it happened, the vision was gone. Tonight the air forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remembered a huge apple tree and thought it may be nicer there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking East Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran forward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire to go to the mayor and sink into its depths. I don't know what that is. No matter how different my visions may be, they are always so frightening. Today it was man. He left a house in the southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met, and I immediately felt the burning exultation, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense, I bent into and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past, saying something like "curse newcomers," and I prayed he would stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. Ooh, that one has a time, like a hourglass on it. That can't be good. I'm afraid of the bathroom and kitchen sink. Each time I want to wash my hands, I tremble in fear. What if they'll talk to me? This began after a vision in Western Reed Heights near the crossing of Avon, Ward, and Baker Street. I saw a man, naked and covered in blood, in a room without doors or windows. Surrounded by the dark holes of the pipes, he was cutting himself piece by piece, feeding those copper mouths. They are whispering with voices so sweet and promising, but full of hunger and hatred. How could he believe them? Could he even escape? And had they noticed him? I can't help but turn around at any noise after what I saw yesterday. I walked down the Murdoch Avenue in Western Advent, and near Oak Street I was hit with an excruciating migraine. My nose started to bleed and the visions came. I saw one man writing a letter and another about to strike him from behind. Somehow I was both the spectator and the sitting man, but no matter how I cried out warnings or tried to move, it didn't work. It seems I lost consciousness when the killer hit the man's head, and it took me several hours to get back to the hotel after. After this vision, I shake in fear at the sound of a child's cry. It happened in Western Reed Heights on Washington Street. I passed Eben Street and was heading towards Oak Street, but saw it. The thing was running so fast I didn't even understand what it was. It jumped from the window and the vision struck me immediately. I saw a man, a doctor, hiding in the room. He was writing something with a shaking hand, something like a last will, and then I saw the thing stalking him, a fetus on thin pointy legs with a little face full of evil and hatred. It's shrieking, I can't forget it. The local Innsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me, even in visions. Recently, I was in the northern part of Grimhaven Bay, walking down Whisper Street. I barely made it to Hubert Avenue when the visions came. I stood among many Innsmouthers, disguised as one of them, and listened. Their leader read the story of a captain participating in pagan rites, copulating with savage witches and beasts, bringing sacrifices. I still remember his name, Obed. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected to my vision somehow because I felt the same nausea and headache as before they strike. It happened in Coverside near the corner of Tanner Street and Old Church Road. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of bittersweet taste. I saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink and whispering something. Immediately after that I fell asleep. Spent nearly half the day lying in the dirt like a hobo. It's a miracle no one stole anything from me. The hotel owner allowed me to look through the weird notes he found in the rooms of disappeared newcomers. Among them, I found several pages from the diary of a man describing his life in Oakmont, suffered visions, and marked the places where they happened. Was he trying to avoid it? Alright, so we can place these on the map, right? Eastern part of Salvation Harbor, near Fitz O'Callahan and Old Church Road. So, Salvation Harbor, Old Church Road, Avenue, Wyndham Street. Crossing of Fitz O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. Oh, here we go. Right here. It's nice that they actually just straight up give you the locations on it. So like if I hit, Eastern Coverside, corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. There. Western Advent. Now is West. Okay. So over here, Purity Road and Oak Street. Well, there's Oak Street. And Purity Road. Right about here. I like this. Like, this is a great way to do it. So that you can mark it yourself. Southern Old Grove. Warwick Street. Here's Warwick Street. Between Seaside and Hillside. There's Hillside, there's Seaside, so somewhere around here. Central Shells. East Brown Street. To the east of the corner with St. Michael's Road. There's St. Michael's Road. To the east of the corner would be over here. Eastern Reed Heights is, oh good lord, Reed Heights is a huge fucking area. Lumber Street, Helog, and Bullock. Bourbon. Eastern Reed. 10th Lane. Oh, I guess Eastern would be over here, right? Yeah, there's Helog. There's on Lumber Street between Helog and Bullock. Okay, so somewhere around here. Western Reed Heights. Washington Street I saw. Not that I apparently remember where. Oh, there's Even Street though. Washington Street between Street. So where? Okay, so there's Washington Street between Even and Oak. So somewhere around here. Western Advent. Western here. Corner of Murdoch Avenue and Oak Street. Oh, that was a fast one. Boosh, right there. Western Reed Heights again. Baker, Ward, and well, there's Even. There's Ward and there's Baker, so right there. Northern Grimhaven Bay. The corner of Hubert Avenue. Whisper Street. Here's Whisper Street. Hubert Avenue. I don't see Hubert Avenue. Where is Hubert Avenue? Oh, right here. Western Coverside. Okay. Tanner and Old Church Road. Well, I knew where Old Church Road was. And Tanner Street. Old Colony Street. Orchard. Okay. Howard. Roosevelt. I mean, oh, there it is. Now, this is place on map, but it doesn't actually. I'm assuming that that's just like a note about the rest of these notes. All right. Hospital building between Western Reed Heights, Bourbon Street. Or in Western Reed Heights. God, this is a lot of oh, fuck me. Is this not keeping them all on there? Although I don't even see the one that I placed already, so maybe it's fine. Bourbon Road. Here, between Innsmouth Road, and Oak Street. Yeah, there's Oak Street and there's Innsmouth Road, so it's somewhere up here. Yeah, see, look, it's not. Oh, yeah, there's. So it really only keeps the last one that I placed? Like, really? Oh my god, we did all that for fucking nothing. Like, really? Why? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you... Like, why make it that you can only put one marker on the map at once? That is fucking stupid. Like, good lord. Northern Coverside, crossroad of Asher Road and Hubert Avenue. Right here. That's fucking stupid that you can only do that. My dear Victor, how's Oakmont treating you? Should you require any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I have arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went. Sadly, only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel. Please. Plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, and Portia. So annoyed that they only allow one fucking thing at a time. Like, it's a map. You should just be able to put marks on the map. I mean, if I had a map in real life, I could mark it as many times as I wanted. And yet in this one mark at a time. Walter, Kay help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living here that I can't send after you. You've been warned, Vic. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use sign to mark special places that you know already, kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around town. That means that the house is inhabited. The cross-hatched grid sign marks hidden caches and useful items. The B-shaped sign is for barricaded, dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Alright, now. Can I have more than one of these on the map? Okay, so I can have more than one of these at a time. But I can't have, like, really? Alright, well then, you know what? I'm going to... place on map, because that one's already there, actually. Mystery right there. Because then if I can have multiple of those... Okay, so now let's see. Hospital in Western Reed Heights. Should be Western Reed Heights, Bourbon Road between inns. Yeah, so that's here. Okay, Salvation Harbor. Make sure my other mark is still there. Old Church Road. Right here. Between Seven Oaks and Windhelm Street. There's Seven Oaks. There's Windhelm. So somewhere there. And now just to make sure, sure enough. So I really don't get it then. Why bother giving us the blue marks? Like, we're allowed to make as many of these marks as we can. Why not let us put as many of the blue marks as we can? Park in Western Old Grove. Near Century Avenue and Beacon Street. Like, I really don't get it. Eastern Reed Heights. Communion Road. There it is. And Museum Avenue. So north of that intersection, so around here. So Grimhaven Bay. And the only reason I want to do this is because as we're traveling around the areas, if we're close to one of these locations, I'd like to go and see it, you know. Eastern Grimhaven Bay. Southern end of Whisper Street. I saw Whisper Street before. There it is. Near the road to Blackwood Manor. I don't know where Blackwood Manor. I'm assuming this is Blackwood Manor, but I'm going to assume over here then. Well, actually, yeah, I don't know, somewhere over here. Bannon Bank Building, Northern Advent. Forefather Street. Here, between Helog Street. Oh, like right here, actually. Ruins of Raytown Central Cover Side. On the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport. There's Kingsport and Landing Avenue. So it's right here. And the last one is just, yeah, the room opposite yours, which I've already done. Alright. Now, fortunately, that means I do have to go through this nonsense again. Eastern Salvation Harbor. Old Church Road. Is right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so they are still there. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, I completely understand what happened now. It was because of which ones of these I had active at the time. So all of those I could have done properly. Oh. So like if I go back to here, then all of those ones disappear. Okay. So this is the waiting book. Hospital building in Western Reed Heights. It's this one over here. I see. It deleted, the rest of them look deleted. Because I had switched. Okay. But then how do I get them both active at the same time? Western Reed Grove. Because, like... Eastern Reed Heights. This one. Twitched. Grimhaven Bay. Be this one right here. Yeah, I don't get it. Advent. Tower and Central Cover Side. Well, that's good. That's one complaint, like, immediately gotten rid of. Although it does still bother me, though, that you only get the one. that you can only have the one active at a time. Because, like I said, like, what if I want, like, I would like to see them all so that I can see if we're, this way. Although I am curious what the hell that one is. Oh, that's the hotel. Okay, and oh, that's a map. Or is this like a fast travel maybe? The phone booths are fast travel? Maybe I should have kept the wind, or like the windbreaker on or something. The raincoat. Because I mean, the thing is, right, is like cover side. Like, should I just pick up the things that are in cover side as well then, or because like I said, I would like to complete a case every week, but I don't know how long the cases are, and their side cases, I guess, as well. So it's like, should I just do the side quests as I come across, as like I get close to the areas for them? But I don't know how close I am without being able to. Like, I really wish. There's Matt in old in southern old. Oh wait, is this the manor there? Yeah, probably. I mean, I guess I get it because, you know, if they're going to show up on the compass, which means I don't need to make that compass mark, actually. Then I guess I don't really need to, that's got to be it, right? Because it's inhabited. And it does have that weird picture on the front. Yep. Boot
Guess
print.
I don't need the key.
Nope. Not if it's been kicked in. Of course, that's bad news for us. Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous symptoms, including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion, or words coming out all weird. The paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time. Yeah,
Someone smashed it beyond repair.
yeah, apparently they didn't much care for music. Kicked in the door, busted the gramophone. Underwood, hey? That must just be the brand of the typewriter. Do you like how they have the hobo signs, like in, well, I guess they use similar things in a couple different games. I can't remember, I was gonna say Thief, but I only ever played the one Thief game, and I never finished it. But I want to say that they had something like that. I know they had them they had the shadow marks in Skyrim, and they had the railroad signs in Fallout 4. How to protect. According to our data, the places with paranormal activity have a strong previously unidentified influence on the human mind. We have prepared a list of solutions, including meditative practices and a supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among the expedition members. I highly recommend discarding all those charms, amulets, and religious symbols, which are of no use, and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection instead. I don't know. I feel like once you're dealing with supernatural stuff, can you really discount religion? Because, I mean, if you're willing to believe in one supernatural thing, why not another?
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Just a conch shell. I mean, yeah, it looks weird because like green crystal growing on it, but I mean. Loot. L. Sullivan and B. Morgan, local fishermen, report numerous large bubbles and an unbearable stench rising from the bottom of the sea. Bought a sample of a weird substance floating in the ocean from J. Harley. He claims he found it among numerous dead and strangely deformed fish. The fish were taken for analysis. Several locals mention a rock that rose from the seabed, making the fog shine in different colors. The witness felt sick and dizzy for 2 hours, or the witnesses felt sick and dizzy for 3 days after the incident. L.P. Stern got severe burns after chiseling off a part of the rock in his basement. Samples taken for analysis. Is this the rock?
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
The Oakmont University Department of Anthropology welcomes the newest addition to its ranks, Professor Harriet Doe. Her brilliant discoveries about the origin of Inuit tribes have added a new page to the history book of humanity. Now Professor Doe will embark on a new expedition to hopefully shed light on the source of the flood, and in doing so, shed light on what may yet be to come. I wonder if we'll come across her later. Well, I've investigated. Is that everything? I mean, last time when we were investigating, we got like a little notification saying that we had found everything, but I mean, I can still
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
But it's not like I can pick them up or anything. Oh, what's my this thing?
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Change the shells. I thought maybe the anchor had changed color, but no, it looks about the same. Got that.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
Seems to be the same as well. Oh. Got birds. Oh my. Is that like an enemy that I can only see with the mind's eye? Or something? Like, what the fuck was that? Very weird. Does that mean one of those little fuckers are down here? Hey, you stop. Tried to warn you. Can you not loot bodies? But he had a gun. Not that I used mine. Probably should have, but you know, I wasn't sure if I would actually need to, should have probably had my gun out since, you know, I saw the door kicked in, but. The following must be delivered, well, I'm assuming delivered. Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. Mark 5 diving suits, air tanks and pumps. Just a bunch of. Okay, fuck was with that noise as I walked in here. Well, that's probably not great.
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
Well, yeah. I mean, looks like it. I mean, to be fair, it's not really beyond repair. You can just replace that plate and it'll be fine with the glass in it. That really all there was down here. Huh. Alright.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
Okay, well, obviously that wasn't first. This would have had to have been first.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand back.
Yeah, so they kicked in the door, went and tossed everything. Weirdly enough, didn't go upstairs.
I fatah me fe I regach I dagon.
Okay, and then they came down here and did that. Put up the illusion. And then
Burn
they
it
started
all.
burning shit.
Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
The adverts, eh? Okay, well, I mean, that would be one.
We don't have time to
That would
pick
be
it.
two.
Stand back.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
3.
I fatah
And
me
then 4.
fe I re-
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
Alright. Well, let's get rid of this stuff. Grimhaven Bay. Yeah, all it says is Grimhaven Bay. It doesn't say, so I don't know why I could place that on the map. The Expedition Archive is lost, but I still have clues to follow up on. They left the city on a freighter from Grimhaven Bay. There might be recent postings or ads about the freighter in the Oakmont Chronicle. Alright. Find the needed newspaper advertisement. Well, I mean, is this the Chronicle here? Yeah. So that's where I need to go. No sprint day. Oh, wow, if I pull out my gun, people actually start running. I mean, that makes sense. Generally, if you see somebody just like, when nothing is happening, you see somebody pull out a gun, you should probably leave immediately. I mean, because they clearly aren't pulling it out, you know, they're clearly not pulling it out in response to something, you know? Wow, your character doesn't really have a whole lot of... What does left bumper do? Right. Oh, this must be the Chronicle.
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Help me out here. What's the connection between newcomers and old newspapers?
It's cold sleeping in the street, and they come to collect the old newspapers for warmth.
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
All right, I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland. Do you still want that interview?
I mean, may as well just do it
I
now.
got some time now if you're ready.
I don't currently have anything
Oh,
time
absolutely.
sensitive, so
We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
I'm a private eye in Boston. The situation in the port was a good use of my skills.
Well, Detective Reed, I think you'll find our city has a lot of secrets, but people may not like you poking your nose in. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
I've been investigating disappearances all around Massachusetts. The missing people all seem to have ended up here for some reason.
The mystery of the newcomers. And you want to know why they're here? Well, they aren't very forthcoming about it. And it doesn't help that most of them aren't thinking straight, to put it mildly. I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. And maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
alright. Oh, achievement! Extra. Oh, a new case. Fool's Gold. Let's see, that's probably... to whom it may concern, I heard someone's finally taken up my case. I'm glad a professional is working with me on this. I've heard people say I should get professional help. Now this time I have a plea for you. I am in danger. I have managed to procure one of the gold trinkets, which has made me the target of the fishmen. I am being watched and followed. Please send an armed escort so that I can be transported to the safety of the police department. My house is in South Advent on Purity Road between St. Michael's Road and Powderhouse Street. Okay. Southern Advent. Purity Road. Oh, right here. Between Michael's Road and Powderhouse Street. Oh, there's Powderhouse. There's okay. So somewhere around there. You often need to look for useful information within various city archives. Archives contain topical information, hint icon. Yeah. Don't know exactly where the archives are. I'm assuming that's this. Yeah, because it's got a different symbol. So let's see if there's anything else in the building to begin with. Some cases. Just some notes. Maybe not. Some workers. You know, I kind of like to know why nobody seems to care about me, like, getting stuff out of, like, their suitcases and stuff, you know? I'd also like to know why the hobos mark stuff that's treasure instead of just taking it. And I mean, I use the term treasure loosely, but, you know, materials. Although I guess most of the stuff I pick up might not be worth it for a hobo, but I don't know. I mean, shell casings, gunpowder, unless they know how to make bullets, but I mean, in this universe it can't be too hard since I'm pretty sure I make them just like out of my inventory, like I don't need to go to a machine or anything. Which I think it's possible to make bullets just like without like a press or anything. What are they called? Anyway, one of those machines. But it is, as far as I'm aware, it's significantly harder. that way, you know. Anyway, to the archives we go. No, not that evidence. Okay, no. There you go. There it is. Ads about the freighter. Section. There we go. Advertisements. Okay. Now what? Oh, select 3 search criteria. Oh, I see. Official Celebrity District, Grimhaven Bay. Commoners after the flood, I guess. Right? I mean, it could be... The 30-ton ship Titania is currently available for hire. You will find it fully equipped for transport. Okay. As well as the aiding of underwater ventures and exploration for the price of 70 rifle bullets, or the equivalent thereof per week. Those interested are urged to contact Captain Jeremiah Sanders for contracting details. It can be found at Pier 3, Oakmont Port, Grimhaven Bay. I'm curious, because, like, if people buy stuff with bullets, how do they get the bullets? Like, I mean, obviously you could say, like, that they, Pier 3, Oakmont Port. Be here. Because, I mean, you could say, obviously, like, you know, they make them, they find them, you know, they get paid in bullets, but, you know, somebody has to start with it, you know?
What's your problem?
To be fair, I guess that's the same thing as, you know, money in real life, right? You know, if this wasn't a Lovecraft game, I would very much just try and get in the water and make my way over there, but I know better than that. I know better than to get in the water in a Lovecraftian game. To be fair, in a Lovecraft universe, nothing is really safe anyway, but you know. How the hell did I get here in the first place? Oh, I guess right dude brought me to the inn or whatever, right? Because I passed out after solving my first case for some reason. Get out, leave now. Okay. Oh, well, it's a good thing I didn't take the boat, because I was just going to take the boat and go across there. Apparently wouldn't have been good. Okay, so seriously though, although I guess if this is the only one I use, I don't know, can I fast travel with it? No, it just says place mark. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's take this boat, and we need to go. Go forward, take a left, a right, and a left. Yeah. have a feeling this is going to get real old real fast, but hopefully we don't have to do it too much. And I guess as long as it isn't like, I guess I can just go straight as well. As long as it's not, I guess, super easy to tip over the boat. Because I'm assuming if you hit this junk game there that you'll tip the boat. It's just my guess. Alright, straight ahead and a left. The hell are you two? Alright, well, whatever. This way? Yes, straight this way. This reminds me of that other game that we played. For good reason. I mean, obviously they're both investigative games with a Lovecraftian theme. What was it, Call of Cthulhu? Really fucked me over, because then, you know, I went back to get the last achievements and I couldn't get the one that was like near the beginning. And by near the beginning, it's like fucking half hour in. Or something, and it really fucked me over. Because I really did want to finish that game again, because I was super interested in what would happen if you made it to the end with 100, or maxed out, occult knowledge. Right. Unfortunately, the game said, no, you're not allowed to get the last achievements. Because I don't even think the last achievements in that game are hard. I think they were just, you know, you had to do things. And, well, to be fair, I think I also, if I wanted to make it to the end with 100 occult, or whatever maxed out occult in that game, I think I would have actually had to do the game twice. Because I'm pretty sure to get maxed occult, I would have had to read those books. And if I read the books, it would have, do believe, canceled out a different achievement, because I think there was one for not reading the weird books, but the fuck was that? But anyway.
What's going on?
Sea creatures swarmed over the piers. I hid here, but these walls won't stand up to them. Please help me.
Okay.
What creatures? What are you talking about?
Wild beasts. They came to feast on the blood. They're eating the dead.
I'm looking for Captain Sanders. Is he here in the port? Did the creatures get him?
I saw Sanders. Help me. I'll tell you what I know.